Welcome to Campaigns and Concoctions, everyone, where we are a bunch of cantankerous crunts who drink and play D&D. Oh, man, I can't get nothing right tonight. Woo! Fun! We are a bunch of fools who like to share our stories of cooperative storytelling, and we want you to join us on all of our internet things. Best place to find us is going to be the Instagram page, where you can search us at Campaign Concoctions Pod. You can also tweet at me at MoHouston13, and then there's the Discord server, which you can find the link to in the bio of our Instagram page, as well as all of our other internet things. Before we roll into anything, does anyone have anything they want to share? Anything that's popped up in the last 10 minutes or so?
Drinks?
Oh, okay. I was getting there. With that being said, drinks.
One of the drinks we made tonight is called a Moravian cocktail. It is 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. I used Kentika tonight, and it has 3/4 ounce of Becherovka, which is a cinnamon liqueur from Slovakia or some other place, and the other one is Slivovitz, which is a plum brandy, and that's also 3/4. So you mix those, and you stir it, put it in a glass, garnish with a cherry.
All right, John, what do you got in front of you?
I can eat a peach for hours. And it's a mezcal drink. Yep, that's the same one. Yeah. It's a mezcal drink, so it's 1.5 ounces of mezcal, preferably smokier, better. At the bar, I usually use Fidencio. Here I use Banhez. It's going to be 1 ounce of peach syrup, which I make by chopping up the peaches, putting them in a pot with some water, reducing it down, muddling it, and straining it. Remove the pits. They'll try to kill you. And then it's 3/4 ounce of Serrano agave. Essentially the same thing. Chop a bunch of Serrano up, boil it down in some water. Once it's got all the capsaicin out of the peppers, toss your agave in, equal parts to the water and agave. Boil that down for a little bit, strain it, muddle through the strainer, so that you get all those oils out of the Serrano peppers. And both of these are fridge stable for about 3 weeks, roughly. So you can make a big batch and use it for a good almost month. And then 1/2 ounce of Aperol, and I think that was it. Mm-hmm. Oh, and lime juice.
And garnish.
1/2 ounce of lime juice. And the garnish is a star anise, which would normally be flamed, but we can't find fire in our household tonight, which is shocking.
Between us all being former smokers.
Yes. And all pretty into fire.
And current cigar smokers.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and then I have made a version of what can be, I guess some call it a dark and stormy, some call it a dark daiquiri. I'm not sure exactly, but it is 2 ounces of bamboo rum, 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of honey syrup. Normally it's simple syrup, but you know we didn't have simple syrup, at least we couldn't find, so we have honey syrup. I actually like the honey syrup a little bit better. It is quite delicious.
It is super good. Super simple.
Or as our good friend Curtis, who is welcome back, Curtis. Thank you. I'm so glad you're back. Quite delightful. Quite delightful. But with that, I believe we have some scheduling issues that we're going to come up.
It's housekeeping. So, as we have family players and we want to honor all of the holidays coming up, we are changing things out. So our next 3 sessions. So hang on, let me redo this for episodes. Okay, the next brain changing things. Okay, yeah. Next 3 episodes will be released on the 9th, the 23rd, and the 30th. And then it'll go back to the every other week. So we're doubling up on the 23rd and the 30th for episodes.
Next week, so that's the
25th. My bad. I'm looking at when we play.
You'll be listening to this on the week of the 25th is when this comes out, and then still continue the same schedule, and then we'll be back-to-back weeks. But it doesn't matter to you. You can listen to whenever you want to, family, because the wonders of podcasting and the internet. So, but yes, we have some weird scheduling. That's mostly, as always, to internet shame ourselves, because otherwise we forget shit. And
so we're not playing on the holidays, am and so you can enjoy the episodes on the holiday weekends to get escaped family instead.
There you go.
Wonderfully done. We are also down a member again this week. It is the glories of trying to schedule a 7-person table. Those of you who have tried to play with large tables, well, there's always that the more people you add, it's almost exponentially more difficult to schedule. So we'll get it. Don't worry. It's our friend Matt, aka SOA. He will be back next session. But that happens. Things
He'll be
happen.
dead by then, though. That's fine.
Yeah.
But with that, the last time our bold adventurers met, they awakened after a few days' journey with Rugen just over the horizon. Scald found a rime of salt water and a note that was located where Patrice should have been. He had disappeared into the ether. But then the rest of the party continued on to the pirate dock of Rugen, where they dove into the ground, finding that magic and the weave itself was broken. After battling a few nasties and coming out successful, they were able to gain ownership of the staff of the Necromancer. After returning back to the ship and a little bit of craziness with Scald having lost his hearing for a minute, and some CSL,
Yes.
some common sign language, between he and Sark, eventually the party ended that session with Captain McKenzie being a little distraught at the weirdness of the situation, and then getting ready to call Prosperin, Richter's daughter. But with that, everyone has walked away. Everyone is kind of getting set up. Is there anyone who's going to take the staff away from SOA right now? Oh no, they had put it into your quarters, Skull.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it is.
SOA was sitting in those quarters
Yes.
waiting for...
So that's
Prosper
where
to show
she
up.
will be as of right now. So, with that being said, garnishes should always go into the drink.
Huh?
And if it's not edible, other than star anise, what's the point?
Yep.
With everything, what would y'all like to do? You and me have a thing we'll do later.
Okay.
Not tonight, but at some point.
Okay.
We have a mini episode with a rule or something like that.
Ooh.
I will let you know. It will be soon, I promise.
All right.
Has Prosperin already left?
Prosper hasn't even come yet.
Oh, gotcha.
You guys basically left with you, Scald, asking for Captain McKenzie to call Prosper.
Yeah, let her know.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be waiting with SOA in the quarters.
So that quarters is the one that has the teleportation circle.
Mhm.
But is there anything before? The wonders of D&D is that we can kind of set up events as we need fed. So is there anything that anyone would like to do prior to that? At this point, the pressure of the weirdness of magic has left.
Okay.
Sark has his voice. Not Sark. He's
Skilled.
they're close enough that Scald has got his voice back.
Yeah.
But is there?
One
But
on each side of the table.
yeah. Is there anything that anyone would like to do?
I don't know. I don't really have anybody that I need to talk to.
Now you had just finished talking to Captain Kinsey up on the rear quarterdeck.
Yeah. I think I'll probably just hang out and wait.
Okay. So SOA and L are in Scald and Patrice's quarters.
Sark's going to go down and
Join them.
meditate and rest. Most short rest.
Okay.
Gaining key points back.
Yeah, we haven't rested, right?
No. Sid?
And I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I'll probably do like a short rest.
Probably. I take it you're going to be down in your quarters with everyone else, right?
I mean, yeah.
Short rest, we don't get anything.
Yep. Not really. Not unless you want to turn something into something else.
Or you want to regain hit points.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I lost in. I'll probably be sitting with them and just sucking on the tobacco pipe.
Okay.
Trying to calm some uneasiness.
Yeah, that was a very unsettling experience for all of you, especially those of you, even those of you who don't think that they use magic.
That room is probably, unless it's very well ventilated, it's probably filling up with smoke rather quickly, given the three of us in there.
Well, at the back there are those, like, you know how if you remember, like, say Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's got those, but these are all stained glass, and each of the windows depicts a scene of what you can only assume. Actually, you know what, Elle, go ahead and make an insight check for me, please.
That is 13.
You get a sense that there's three windows because this is the big quarter, because it's like you know how ships kind of have that angle at the rear.
Mm-hmm.
It splits right there in the middle. So there's one that kind of is a joining of the two and two smaller ones. You get the sense that these are both scenes of Bergheim, where Prosperin is from, as well as in the middle. There's thinking that there's a central figure in the middle one that is most likely the Lord Richter himself. It's a tall figure, dark robes, masked, with very haunting eyes, and it's very creepy. You've never noticed it before, how those eyes follow you around.
Awesome.
Good, because
Like
I
a
wasn't
Ghostbusters
terrified
2
of Richter already.
Because it's stained glass.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the Lord Richter is terrifying. Just in like you would have been terrified of him already, and then after what your boss said, you're even more terrified of him. So, yeah. Pure fear. Like there's not many scarier creatures in all of Liberarth, right? At least to you right now.
Yeah.
So everyone's just kind of everyone's sitting back, almost like Hobbit-esque. Not halfling, Hobbit. I'm very precise on that one. The pipe smoke and cigar smoke is wafting up.
The salt pork is particularly good.
Salted pork. And after you finish your long rest, everyone's getting a little bit of, or it's not long rest, short rest. You know, everyone is relatively refreshed from the weird and strange predicament that you all have faced. And then, can I get the four of you who are in the room to make a perception check for me, please, real quick?
Does passive count?
This is a whatever is higher.
Okay.
Oh wow, good start.
Natural 1. Hey, what happened to my list? Oh, there it is.
I rolled a 6.
What's your passive?
I'm not giving you my passive because it's a nat 1.
It's 10 plus.
Yeah, 10 plus your perception.
13.
That's yours.
Okay.
So this is one where your low one is, except for natural ones. This is a fail. We're a fail.
14.
Okay, 14, 13, natural 1.
That's just going to be
I'm oblivious trying to figure out why
14.
I vibrated differently in the runs.
Right.
Still 14.
That's what I'm doing.
So everyone but Sark notices that there is a black light that begins to glow from the teleportation circle that is carved into the floor here. And it works inside out, so it kind of spirals outward. And then eventually, as it completely fills and that last line makes its connection, there is a blazing, a kind of like intensifying of the dark light. And then Prosper and Richter daughter steps out into the room and says,
Can I start and do something as I see
Sure.
that lighting up?
Sure.
I'm going to pull the pendant out from underneath my shirt.
Pendant, I can't remember what it is.
Nine brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Leave that sitting openly on my chest.
Excellent.
Be the first, if anybody else notices, it'd be the first time they've seen it other than Sark. But
Sark is currently just trying to figure out why he hums.
yeah.
Internally.
In a very weird way. Yeah, that's about right. A little bit further. I see. I know exactly where it is. It's just too far away from me right now. Oh! Okay. That's a good start for me, too. All right. So it's interesting, like, none of you have actually seen, or maybe you two have, Sark and Elle seen someone come out of a teleportation circle, but for those of you who probably haven't, it's interesting because it's actually like kind of like she's stepping downhill. So there's a kind of a quick step as she gains her balance, especially now that she's moving. You get the sense that she is moving from a solid, non-moving floor to what is now a moving floor. So her equilibrium is probably a little messed up.
I would imagine.
And she looks around, and did anyone take the staff from SOA at this point?
If I hadn't rolled
As
a
much
nat 1, I would have stood up and grabbed it.
as much as I hate doing this, I will roleplay a little bit for SOA, just
right.
because we have to
Yeah.
at this point. And I think that he would be okay with me taking
I'm
the
sure
staff,
he would, yeah.
as that is the completion of the contract.
Right, yeah.
He likes certain from what
Yeah.
SOA
Big fan
said
of money.
last time.
And boats.
SOA is
Which
not
are ships,
letting go of it
not
until
boats.
Rick's
Correct.
daughter takes it. But you call them boats.
I call them boats.
She steps up, and her eyes naturally drift to the staff. But as she does, it drifts across Elle's chest and pauses a little bit. Her eyes pause on your pendant, and then she goes, "Congratulations on a successful completion of your task. Looks like everyone is hale and hearty-ish.
I'm fully...
Everyone's okay?
Yeah.
Yes?
Fully
I'm
healed up.
still not looking.
Great, yeah.
As soon as she starts speaking, I kind of like refocus into the world outside of me and stand up. Which I don't have to.
Oh, were you short resting?
Yeah, and then I rolled a natural 1 on my
Perception.
Oh, got it. So I was oblivious to the world. Okay. I realize he has his out, so I pull mine out.
Were there any exceptional issues that you had to deal with as you took possession of the staff?
Out of character. Is there something that Elle would be aware of that's not... He wants to say something like, our regards or something like that. Specifically because he has the medallion out and he knows...
Oh, like some sort of
representing.
greeting from the 9 brothers?
Or just something that's not like... Because, like, our boss sends his regards could be fairly threatening. But there should be some
I think
neutral version of that.
Well,
he's
if
aware
you were
of.
to say, instead of our boss, if you were to say the manager wishes you well, something to that effect, where it's a very positive saying,
Mhm.
and by actually including that name specifically, that's the threat is kind of implied just because of the name, the manager. But when you say wishes you well, it kind of blunts that force, I would say. I hadn't thought about what the organization would have. That would be interesting. We'll have to think about it. I've got a new Warlock contract I have to write this week anyway, so
And then
I have a player who lost their patron and now has another one. They had an option of your skull.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They had an option. Rob had an option of 3. So Carol Ann Walker, Miss Carol Ann, you guys remember her?
Yeah, oh yeah.
She is now his patron.
Awesome.
And as soon as she finishes speaking, then he'll lead with the manager, sends his regards.
And that's when she's like, you see the recognition. She's like, you could see that she was registered. She'd seen it before. And then when you pull yours out and you say it, and she's like,
And I definitely like do the court martial arts bow.
And Elle will come as close to bowing as he does to anybody, which is mostly just like a slightly deeper head nod.
well, the next time you see or speak to him, tell him that my father owes him lunch.
Of course. The only issue of note is that the weave seems to be very broken.
It's one of those spots. I didn't know. Otherwise, I would have informed you about it. But it's something that we have my father and I have come across in the last decade or so of our research. It appears that there are spots throughout Librarth where the weave doesn't function properly.
They seem to correspond with ruins, from what I've read.
That's what we're just finding out too. And that maybe explains why half of Rugen doesn't grow.
Things function oddly there.
Understatement. As someone who's been in the desolation before, I can tell you.
We don't have many issues with it, but ice spells seem to look like fire.
You watch as her tail, which is black, starts to wave. She's like, I kind of had to regrow this at one point. After my visit down south to your neck of the woods that she looks to you, Sid.
Oh.
The desolation you would know
Okay.
is to the north of the legation. And it's a place that is desert and desolate that people don't go to because of old tales. So, she grabs a hold of the staff. She gives you a quick description of what the staff does, because I don't think anyone cast Identify on it, which I don't even know if you guys have the ability to do so.
Not until after a break.
Yeah.
I need a long rest.
But there it is, and I will post this in the Discord family for you guys.
I would not have anyway.
So it's a pretty awesome little thing. I was hoping at some point someone would try to get to use something with it, but that was a great weird session where it just didn't come to that, of course. Well, as promised, upon successfully completing this mission, here is your payments. I don't remember. Morgan does not remember how much it was. It was a lot of fucking platinum.
Yeah, it was a lot.
A lot of fucking.
It's in the realm of like 500 or something. Right?
Something like that.
No, that's that.
500 platinum and the ship's title.
You gotta be
Yeah.
kidding
To
me.
which she then
did that.
She hands to you,
Yeah,
Skull.
Skeld takes the money.
No, she hands the title.
Oh, hands the
Of the
title.
ship to
Gotcha,
you.
gotcha, yeah.
And she hands the money to Elle.
Gotcha. All right.
That's a better plan.
Skeld is fine with that too, though.
I know how to get money from this too.
Yes, yeah, this is money.
Honestly, a more stable source of income.
Yeah, this is more than 500 platinum.
The cherry with the.
Oh, I
Yeah?
bet. I bet.
Did you try this?
I
You
actually
should
didn't.
try that. It's really good.
Which one is this?
That's the
daiquiri.
dark daiquiri.
Yeah, because I think
I
the
tried
Dark
it.
and Stormy.
You did.
It's very tasty, yeah.
It's like
Go ahead.
Dark and Stormy has a
Bamboo's so
liquor
good.
added to
I
it.
think so.
It's so good.
Frustratingly good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the same as Casamigos.
Yeah.
I hate that I like it so much.
Yeah. I know.
It drives me nuts.
it's
Yeah.
so good though.
The only celebrity booze that I don't mind liking is Aviation.
Bamboo.
And no, I hate liking Bamboo because of whose it is.
Lil Wayne, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It drives me
That's
nuts. If it was Lil Jon, I'd be fine with it. Honestly.
No, I saw worse
okay,
on that.
John.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, no, because Lil Jon's
Lil Jon's a cool person.
Wayne sucks.
Lil Wayne's a horrible
He's a
person.
horrible human being.
Nobody think
But
about
we
it.
digress. We
I know
digress.
personally.
We digress. Let's roll back. Let's roll back. That's an easy one to get down.
Yeah.
So
Can I get a marker for the board?
she looks at you and she's flipping a coin right now. Not like trying to flip a coin for like to make a decision. She's just not like a roll. She's just flipping it gently. And she says, "Well, if you would like, if you'd be willing, would love to continue to keep you on retainer.
On retainer for what?
More retrieval options. My father and I." She pauses. Let's get these out of the way in case we ever fight. Then I won't kill you. It's 2 19s in a row.
She's
On
gonna
the
hide
dice.
that green die.
No, this is a good time for me to roll well. She takes a deep breath. Centuries ago, in Sonoba. So Sark and El, you would know that Sonoba is one of the 6 nations of the Syndicate. It's on the far northeastern side. It is mostly a nation of Asimar and orcs that are tribal, very much nomadic, peripatetic, Arabic tribe styles is what they are, that are really interesting, but they are also wildly powerful magic users.
Mm-hmm.
Centuries ago, a wizard from Sonoba named Ulvisium became the greatest crafter of magical items that Liberath has ever seen. He was crafting items not long after the end of the Age of Arcana, when the weave has mostly repaired itself. What you experienced in underneath Rugen is just a taste of what the Age of Arcana brought about for all of us. I wasn't there. My father was. Your employer was as well. As he points to Sark and L. She points. The weapons and items that Ovisium have created have shifted to the Four Winds. But we know that he always placed a curse upon all of his items. Apparently, it was if any of them were used to kill them, it would also kill the bearer.
Mm.
Well, unfortunately, we cannot find his soul. And we've been searching. Because we would like to collect all of his items, as the curse seems to have been causing issues, we'll say. And this is where, and she looks at you, Sid, our research has been focused on. Not on crafting new items. I know that was a concern of yours.
Okay.
But in finding these items.
Was Uvisum?
Ovisium.
Ovisium.
It is Ovisim.
Ovisim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was kind of close. I heard an N instead of an M, so I heard Oviscean.
Our search started when a group of adventurers that we had trained from within our own city before we re-emerged back into the material plane gained access to one. It was an axe that drove him slightly crazy. Not that he wasn't already with his shirts tying to javelin. It was weird. But it completely changed his personality. There is some legends that say that he and his entire body are in a dungeon somewhere in the deserts of Sonoba. There's another one that say there's a prison that he has been secreted away to. We don't know. But my father and I have made it our current mission to find all of his items and collect the ones that can be of use that won't be corrupting, which we have yet to find one that is, and destroy the ones that are corrupting, including this one, as she wiggles the staff. So, I would like to keep you on retainer, as you have proven yourself capable of dealing with the unexpected. And unfortunately, my siblings and I are no longer currently able to work as a cohesive unit, as too many injuries over the decades has made most of us unable to adventure anymore.
Mm.
We've been in our current positions for our fathers for at least 30 years. I know I'm young at heart, but I am nearing 50.
How much do you want to pay us to be on retainer?
It would be a monthly fee. Just to be on call with 10 platinum work. That would just be to receive the call. To 10 platinum a month, and you would have free opportunity to tell me no.
Yep, I think that works.
You watch as she opens.
Bless her.
So she has a multitude of spell books on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she grabs a book that appears to be a spell book, and you watch her open it, and then she writes, and there's a bit of a glow.
Mm-hmm.
And she writes and she rips it off. And she throws it down, and it kind of hovers in front of you. It's a contract for retainer for collection and retrieval duties, to acceptance to what's that? The words have left me. The party can accept or decline as the party sees fit.
I'd like to roll to read the contract in detail.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink.
Oh yeah.
It's a new thing we've done in relate. I don't know if you weren't here the last time for that one. So.
Curtis.
Yeah, there we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is in honor of our friends at Dungeons and Dime Bags, who have been very kind with us.
Yes.
They take a hit every time they hit a natural 20.
Understood.
So we now drink for them. The contract is that simple, right? It is 10. It says 10 platinum on retainer for the opportunity to offer work as retrieval specialists in the employ of the House of Richter. So you give me a few seconds and I can come up with words.
Very impressive.
Super 2 helps.
We'd be aware of this, that we could, if whether or not we could take this, right?
Yeah, this is free. The manager is very clear in that any side work, as long as it doesn't run counter to the ends of the organization, are free to be taken. Because there's plenty of times where you have months and months where he doesn't have work for you.
Sidebar. Basically, that means we just refuse any that are collection duties from any of his stores.
Mm-hmm. Both of you guys make a real quick insight check for me. I just want to gulp this down.
Yeah, it's tough.
17.
Okay.
I'm glad you did that. That's 9.
You're quite sure, based on the conversations you've had with the local representatives of the Nine Brothers, with her and everything, that it would be if they were to ask you to do something counter to your organization's thing, they would probably think it's because it is detrimental to the syndicate or the world at large. So it's probably going to be very rare. It seems that they are kind of in unison. So, does this meet to your liking, this contract?
Then I was just going to look over at Sark.
With us sharing information, something you may or may not be aware of, the ruins, especially the corrupted ones, seem to vibrate differently from the rest of the world.
Intriguing. As you see her in that same notebook, she's fiercely scribbling.
Yes. Something I figured out this time that we went down there, that was, for some reason, you organics can't feel it and I can.
Before I leave, we'll sit down and chat. I need detailed descriptions. But you guys are missing someone. The one with the big hair.
Yeah, he disappeared in a puddle of salt water.
In the middle of the ocean.
Well, are you authorized to speak on his behalf for this?
Fucking dog. and my character probably would just go, yeah.
Right,
I'm still
exactly.
try new things. Let's what's it like giving away my power of attorney? You haven't done that yet. Nate realizes I got him.
Damn, you killed the man.
He was drinking my drink and he was laughing my laugh.
That's right.
Ow, that cinnamon hurts.
Oh shit. Whoops.
Yeah, no, nothing matters. Sark definitely. It seems like it should be muttering, but it's loud enough that it's not. But it's like fucking gods.
So she wears a floor length. I guess I don't know the proper word for it. It's the kind of like it's a very like Victorian version of a duster. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So she unbuttons, it's only a 3-button here. You could cross the sternum. She unbuttons it and she reaches in. She pulls out a small sack and places it into Sid's hand this time. That is for the first month. Along with a slight bonus for a job well done.
Thank you, Prosperin. We looked forward to working with you and promise to take this work very seriously.
And I do believe I did promise an audience with my father at some point.
You did.
So just she goes back. She pulls out that singular coin, and this one she hands to Sark. Says, "This has the same properties as a sending stone." And if you look at it, so one side is a figure with no hair, skeletal eye sockets, and then a mask very similar to the one that she wears that she can pull up and down. And then the other side is a 5 emblems. She says, "This is a coin of Bergheim. The five symbols are those of my siblings and I's office of power. And then the front is my father. If you just caress your thumb or a finger across his face, you'll reach me. And then if I need to call you, the backside, each of the emblems will glow."
As she mentions her father, Elle goes visibly whiter, and then just kind of slowly edges away from Sark.
You okay?
Your father is terrifying.
I know. When you grow up with him, it's not as bad. For 22 years, I never saw his face. Until I accidentally killed my wife. And then he described the only way to bring her back was to, and he pulled down his mask. Which, let me tell you, in his line of work, is disturbing. And when you're grieving, it definitely sends a message.
I would imagine, yes.
Your employer is quite terrifying as well.
Yes.
They're the only 2 creatures I know that have survived as long as they have. When I understand, your boss was around before the Age of Arcana.
From the little bits that I've heard, I believe so.
As was my father. So we share that in common at least. But she walks over to the liquor cabinet that was previously hers. She doesn't even ask at this point. She just opens it. And she pulls out.
Yeah.
You
That's
know.
why it's stocked.
Look, I'm gonna drink it too, but it ain't mine.
Now it is.
I mean, sure, sorta.
It's your guys' now.
I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You watch her hand go in, and you hear, and the top end of the liquor cabinet opens up, And on the back side are bottles. Dusty bottles. She pulls one out. This is one my father gave me a long time ago. And I say we celebrate our successful completion of our tasks with a drink. What do you think?
Is it bubbly?
No, I'm sorry.
Not convinced he can taste anything, but he likes the feeling of the bubbles.
I like it too.
Yeah, I mean, same. Absolutely.
And then you watch her as she casts a few somatic elements,
Yeah.
and glassware from the bottom of the cabinet comes out, and it's wine glasses, and she pours out a very deep, dark red wine that comes out for everybody, and it is wonderful.
Can I try to do prestidigitation on Sark's glass of wine to add bubbles to it?
Did you take a glass?
Yes, because I'm terrified of her too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Do I need to roll for it?
No, that
All right.
you cast this. It does the effect.
Yeah. So I add bubbles
As you
to Sark's.
go up to
Yeah.
to do it,
Like
it
this.
begins to bubble. No, finger guns is not bubbles.
No, it's not.
What was finger guns?
I don't remember now.
Finger
That
guns.
was lighting your
No,
cigar.
that's
Fire is
snapping
snap.
is fire. Yeah.
No, finger guns is bubbles.
Yeah, finger guns is
Okay,
bubbles.
Because
Yeah.
this is the second time he's done it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. So I finger guns the glass.
So you're coming up to put it up to your face, and then all of a sudden it just starts a little bit over eager bubbles.
Yeah.
It's very like out of ceremony at first. It's like, I'm not pissing her off. I'm not pissing. It bubbles.
So, not every $1,000, $150 bottle of wine is amazing. This one is. Right? This is that French bottle from Bordeaux that, has been at auction 4 times and no one's fucking bought. Or no one's opened, and then when someone does, it's better than what they think it's going to be. They buy it mostly because of the prestige of having the fucking bottle. And then some slob like us gets it, and we drink it, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Out of
Right.
a styrofoam cup.
Except for this one's got Prosper's a classy lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Prosper's classy.
Yeah.
Not like us.
I would never drink anything from a styrofoam cup.
True.
I would drink it from a coffee mug.
I will drink coffee from a styrofoam cup.
Okay, that's fair. I will drink coffee from a styrofoam
Yeah.
cup, but the lowest I'll go for drinking anything else is a coffee mug.
Red Solo cup.
No,
I will go Red Solo
drink
cup.
from Red Solo cup.
Usually,
I will
wanted enough.
I will go in your kitchen and I will pull a glass out of the cabinet and walk into your backyard with one of your nicest glasses if you offer me a Red Solo.
the reason is because
I'm that
usually it's a keg of
Yeah.
Budweiser,
Yeah,
and
sure.
it doesn't matter what
Yeah.
you drink it out of.
I just
for the
won't drink.
ball mugs.
So
Not
the
bad.
kind of
Refuse to drink Budweiser unless I'm with a pipe fitter.
Yeah. So everyone has signed the contract, and she also puts a little mark on there that says in lieu of Patrice.
Mm-hmm.
What's your last name? Do you have a last name?
Shakerton.
Shakerton.
It's always fun.
It's so great.
And then you watch. She does the Disney villain signature, where it's like she's not signing. She's signing with prestidigitation, right? Because she's a wizard.
Right.
And then conversation. It's actually she's very pleasant to be around.
Yeah.
Fantasia, right?
No, I have Sword in the Stone when he's packing up.
Oh yeah!
Let's go.
I do want to ask her what the crew salary is.
You'll need to speak to Captain Mackenzie about that.
Okay.
He told me money, and I gave it to him.
That checks out.
Right? That covered everything from salaries, food,
Booze.
Booze is food.
Yeah, I forgot.
You're
also not here.
There's two different. Oh yeah, she can't engage with you. She would have.
Yeah.
Because you would enjoy.
Patrice wouldn't have said that.
Patrice. Actually, you know what? I think Patrice would enjoy Prosper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It would really spending time with her would really open you up. But it covered all of that stuff as well as any kind of gear. So it changed from month to month.
Sure.
So you'll have to speak to him about that. Honestly, I'm pretty sure one of his mates dealt with the finances.
Gotcha. Okay. Totally different topic. So you noted that our friend is missing.
Yes.
Any way of figuring out where the hell he is or how to get him back?
I would need to go speak to one of my sisters.
Gotcha.
So Bergheim centered around, our society centered around guilds.
Mm-hmm.
And our druidic and clerical guilds would be the ones I need to speak to, and my sister is in charge of that
Gotcha.
ministry. I could get her to look into it, and I will.
That'd be great.
But I can't promise you anything quick.
Sure.
Our offices are open to you as you
Excellent.
see fit. No need for payment or anything. If you get to the point of where something doesn't work, or we do have an entire underground library that covers about a quarter of the plateau.
Sarge just reaches over and pats
Yeah.
Al gently.
She doesn't see it. She's pretty locked in on Skull right now. Our lore keepers are access to it is above ground, but that's what is access to the full public, including the small restricted section. But the rest of them are generally off limits. But for you, again, you have proven fairly competent. Fairly is an understatement.
Relatively, yeah.
But you're welcome to peruse our stacks. So, as you need it, you let us know. That coin works. It's not just for jobs or anything. Anything you guys need from us. The Bergheim is in your debt, and even though we feel that we've paid you fairly, we don't forget. But also remember, we don't forget either. I don't threaten or warn very often, but I do have to put it out there.
I don't think you do. And Scald literally does exactly what I did. He just reclines back, nonchalant, comfortable, and sips on his glass of wine.
As she says that, Al just gestures of like, yeah, obviously.
Sarge's just kind of like looking at the coin again, like slowly flipping it over, like, what the hell did I just accept?
She looks at you, Scald. That's fair. She's pragmatic, but at the same time, she's representing somebody. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be an issue, but it's unfortunately a requirement of the family business. But with that being said, I do have matters to attend. Is there anything other than we have a quick conversation to be had?
Yes.
Sark, I believe, is what it was. Yes. I'm horrible with names. But with that being said, we'll leave it off, and you just call me when it's necessary. And then she'll take you off a little bit to the side. There's a desk in here, and she sits down at it, and she's just kind of asks you the details of what it felt like, the vibrations, what it, kind of the things like that. And you recall it as best as possible.
Kind of. That one I will actually. Okay, he relays the first instance and having memory flashback glitch on the first one to her.
She kind of perks up at that, and her eyes kind of glisten with an exciting anticipation at that. It says, we definitely need to get you home at some point. Make an insight check. I rolled really well on that one, so she apparently knows some shit.
Yeah. Nice.
Nope.
Okay. You think she's talking about taking you to her home?
Only thought is Johnny 5. No disassemble. That's what runs through his head.
Yeah.
Short Circuit, man. Great reference. This is one of the times where I wish I was an inspiration DM. Right. That's a good one. All right. Is there anything anyone else has for Prosperin before she takes off?
I don't think so. Nope.
Now you watch her come after she finishes the conversation. Well, I must say, this has been a pleasant afternoon. It's probably taken you guys the better part of the
hours,
afternoon. The celebrations, gentle conversations. She is, for someone who represents someone absolutely terrifying, who has a very solid presence herself, who is both beautiful and scary in her own right. She is very disarming. and she has the ability to just charge everyone except for Elle. I think Elle's fucking terrified no matter what. Right?
Probably not.
Okay.
He's used to tiefling being
she's
around.
also a pretty lady.
Yeah.
There is that.
He's used to being around tieflings. He's used to people being in charge. She's not as scary. She's like high level boss scary. Like, I'm not gonna piss her off ever.
Right.
But everyone has everyone. She goes around and she's one of those. She's not the level of politician where she's like you're worried that she's probably lying to you, but she's very much engaged with you. She disarms you. She brings down that level of anxiety.
Works the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone at some point has had a private conversation with her, and it's very innocuous. Hey, where are you from? How your family's doing? Or what's your family up to? What do they do? All those kinds of things. But she doesn't push. If you're very cagey, she quickly moves on. But after that, after everything, and she finishes up with Scald. Or it's not Scald. Now I'm doing it to you. So
one day.
She says, thank you for your dedicated work. It was quite impressive, actually, if I must say so myself. I was not expecting to get this as quickly as you did. But I must return, and I will speak to you when you're ready. And she goes through the minute of casting teleportation circle, and she walks through as the blaze of that dark blackish light. I need Sid, Elle, and Scald to make either whichever one is higher, Arcana or Perception checks.
22.
Nice.
14 for the
14.
Okay.
my 14 by just mine.
So Elle and Sid, you're not you could. This is to kind of discern like schools of magic and stuff. Like you're not sure. You guys have an idea. Scald, you're about 97% sure she's a necromancer.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Which also makes her a little bit more terrifying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
So magic. There's 5 major schools, and then everything
Right.
else is considered a minor school. Necromancy is a major school, so it's one of the.
Yeah.
It carries a little bit more weight. If
Yeah.
someone
How many
is a
siblings
necromancer.
does she have?
4 siblings.
There's 5.
Okay,
emblems.
there's 5 emblems.
Yes.
Right.
She didn't say how many siblings she has.
Yes. Okay. All
She
right.
did say that those other emblems represent her and her siblings.
The offices of her siblings.
Mm.
Yeah, there's 5
That's fair.
offices.
Gotcha.
That was the number I was looking for.
The one thing that you did, you do know this, or actually you two know, that the kids are adopted. They're not Ricky's biological kids.
Oh.
Mhm.
So you two know that. I don't know if you guys shared that with them.
Not
I
yet.
don't think you guys shared anything that you guys got from your organization with them. So
Not really, no.
We didn't share details. We just shared that she is entirely too terrifying from where she comes from. Terribly terrifying.
so after
As she's leaving, Elle's gonna tuck the medallion back into his shirt. Not making any. He's not trying to hide it. He's been wearing it the entire afternoon openly. But it's the first time anyone other than Stark has seen him with it.
let me get Scald and Sid to make a quick perception check.
Six.
All right, there we go. 20. Dirty 20.
You didn't really notice it, Scald. You noticed that he had one, but you didn't know what it is.
Yeah.
So we never described what it is, but if you would like to describe what you would like it to look like, you guys would like it to look like, or if you would like, we can do it after the break.
We'll do it after the break.
Okay, perfect.
So I can think through that.
So is there anything that anyone would like to do between now and bed in the evening?
So as soon as Prosperin is gone, Clark just looks up. What do you call a magic dog? An Labracadabrador? And then walks out of the room.
I wish you guys could see John's face right now. It's top notch for a pun. Like,
Oof.
Besides that,
Yeah.
is there?
Is that one of your brother's jokes?
No, that is now a quirk of Sark's 6 charismas. I also have like a list.
I
of
wish you
puns.
could all see Curtis's face right now.
I have a list of puns in reserve. You missed the 2 last week.
Yeah. You should probably listen to the podcast from last week.
But anyways,
But is there anything anyone else would like to do
Um,
in the intervening period between? It's at this point. It's probably about 5 in the evening. The sun is slowly starting to sink.
There's no like chaplain on the boat, is there?
No.
You literally just dropped a mic and walked out.
Yeah.
If nobody grabs Al, he's gonna go back to their room and start running some experiments.
We're gonna go talk to Captain McKenzie about like crew pay and running costs and stuff like that. It doesn't need to be RP, but
Yeah, no,
just to
I'd
get like,
rather
numbers
not
and shit.
on
Yeah.
that one. But I will get you a document
Cool.
at some point that covers basics on that, just so you guys can keep it in mind. But
It's probably covered by 10 plat, though, right? 10 plat to run a boat for a month?
I mean,
Ship
I would
format?
assume it's more than that.
Her crew's pretty.
I gotta figure out what that would look
Yeah.
like.
I think you have to like assess what the like comfortable living per day is per crew member. Then add on probably like
Expenses.
another I was gonna say like another like 10 to 15% for just upkeep of the ship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is probably a pretty decent way of figuring it, you know?
Then like an ammunition
Yeah.
fund.
Yeah, probably a separate ammunition fund of another 10%.
Yeah.
Because you gotta think there's 14 crew members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yeah.
they would be paid above like
Yeah, that's why I
for
said
who they
comfortable,
are. Like they're very skilled.
not
They're the
basic.
best.
I guess we're going to have to get to
there.
work, is all that means.
Yeah. Well, we currently have 500 platinum to front
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
little bit. But
510.
yeah,
Plus,
510.
Sid, as you open it, there's an additional 5 platinum in that bag. So it's a total of 15 in that bag that she gave to you.
Did we discern how money was being held?
No, I don't think we did.
That's you guys. I don't get
No.
involved with that. But if there's nothing else, that's a conversation you can have offline. If nothing else, we're gonna take our first break of the evening.
Cool.
Woo! So we'll be right back, family.
More drinks.
Welcome back to Campaigns and Concoctions, friends, where we don't even know what we're putting in our drinks anymore.
That's right.
That's not true. There's ice and
I know
alcohol.
what's in it.
That's
I don't
right.
know the
That's
proportions anymore. So we're
But it has been 20 seconds for you, fam. It has been 35 minutes for us as we have just kind of been bullshitting around and it's been a busy couple. It's been a couple of weeks, fam. So this is kind of our real big escape right now. But cocktails, John, what you got?
So I made 3 cocktails. I made, I think, 3 cocktails.
4.
I didn't make that one.
I made that
Okay,
one.
Yeah.
Curtis made that one.
So sticking with the Serrano agave and peach theme, I did Atticus Jones rye, ounce and a half Atticus Jones rye, ounce of peach, half an ounce of Serrano agave, half an ounce of Benedictine, half an ounce of Strega, and half an ounce of
You said the saffron?
Yes.
Strega is the saffron.
Okay.
No, that's all I put in this one. That was all I put in this one. Oh, I'm sorry. Half an ounce of lemon juice. That's what it was. Half an ounce of lemon juice. Garnish that with the star anise again. I think the star anise just adds like a nice kind of like smoke and like aroma.
It's good on the nose.
Yeah, and it goes really
Yeah.
well with like both the peach and the Serrano agave. Then I also made another drink with Atticus Jones. That one also had Strega. It also had Benedictine. I did lime juice, so it was an ounce and a half of Atticus Jones, half an ounce of Benedictine, 3/4 ounce Strega, half an ounce of lime juice, mostly just because we ran out of lemon. So
I have more lemons,
Okay.
but you're not squeezing.
I'm not squeezing shit. And I actually put a little bit of Remy Martine in that one, about 3/4 ounce of Remy Martine in that one. Garnished that guy with a Luxardo cherry on a pick, And the last one was made with, and I cannot pronounce this for the life of me.
Slivovitz.
Slivovitz plum brandy. Slivovitz plum brandy. So it was 1.5 ounces of Slivovitz. I was really into Benedictine on this round, so I did a 1/2 ounce of Benedictine. I did a 1/2 ounce of Nonino Amaro, a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Sorry, hold on. Like I said, I just made up 3 drinks on the fly right now. So, 1/2 ounce of lime juice and
They all look about the same.
they almost
all
look
taste
identical.
Very different.
Yeah, they all look almost identical. And they
Drastically
are
different.
so different. There was a
Was there a sweetener in there?
Cointreau. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
I put a little bit, a 1/2 ounce of Cointreau in there. Yeah. So yeah, that was my 3 drinks. I don't have names for them because, like I said, I just made them up on the fly. But I'll come up with names and post them to Twitter and Instagram and with the builds and whatnot.
I made a drink I like to call the Quiet Riot. Rye with a R-Y-E. It is essentially it's a Manhattan style beverage. It's got 2 ounces of rye. It's got a half ounce of Maranquina, which is like a cherry aperitif wine. And then it's got a 1/2 ounce of Chinar and 4 dashes of Aztec chocolate bitters from Fee Brothers with a garnish of a cherry on top. And it is super complex and super fun and easy. I like it. Stirred, good to go.
So if you want to see images of this, because we need to get better at posting these on Instagram. John posts these on his personal Twitter, but you can also
And Instagram.
I am actually retweeting them as well, so you can follow me at @MoHouston13. But you can also search for #campaign concoctions. I'm retweeting currently right now John's ones right now, but if you want to take a peek at that, #campaign concoctions. John's also quite a good cocktail photographer as well. So they look delicious and they taste delicious.
Try this.
But with that being said, I'm in mid-read right now, brother.
It's worth it.
I know, but I'm trying to get to D&D here. As the evening rolls on, meal has been had. We and the 5 of you, minus of course SOA is with you,
Right.
but the 5 of you all go down for the evening. As the sun has set, a gentle set of storm clouds roll in. A gentle rain and light thunder hits and rolls. So everyone takes a nice deep rest. And you get all the benefits of a long rest. And yeah. So as you awake the next morning, you notice that SOA is not there.
Oh.
But since you are fairly quick to get up to the main deck, you do notice, you hear her song playing. That it's kind of a mournful song she plays. I believe she has a lute that she plays that is drifting down from the forward crow's nest. Sorry, that was Sid who sees that. Sid is bunked with SOA. Scald, as you awake the next morning, the hammock is heavy with the body of Patrice as he has returned, dripping in salt water.
Am I in a hammock?
You were in a hammock.
Okay.
That was your choice.
No.
Yeah,
You laid down on the giant bed, and
Yeah.
I chose the hammock
Well,
that was there.
You
He
strung up
actually
a hammock, I think.
Yeah, you strung up a hammock.
Okay.
Yeah.
We helped decide
Pretty
the
sure
hammock because
you had the
Wrong.
hammock.
boat. Yeah.
It works better with a swing instead of a cot where you go every time you throw
Yeah.
a weapon.
Yeah. I
Every
may have
time-
asked the question, like, which would be easier if I was coming,
Yes,
and you were
yeah.
like, you should sleep in this
Probably a
hammock.
hammock. Yeah.
Probably partially true, and also sort of like, and now I get this whole bed to myself.
Well, and also because you're not sleeping in the bed.
Also, something that did happen was that the description of the pendant, Sid saw it. Sid was the only one that saw it. For those of you who are adventurous, It has been posted on the Discord, but I'm not going to tell you where. So you can find it.
I wait to post that on Instagram.
You can well, it has been posted on Discord already.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can if we can post it on Instagram at some point. We do need to get better at posting on Instagram, family. We're sorry.
Good content.
We got a lot of good stuff. We just forget to post it.
I keep posting drinks to General Cocktail and Craft. You guys should go
Discord
there
is probably the
regularly.
best right now, to be honest. Unfortunately,
But so Skull, Patrice is there. You awaken, Patrice. You do have the full effects of the long rest, but
Extra long.
you are preoccupied, we'll say, with the effects of what has happened to you. You come back with a sense of purpose. You've been kind of a little bit more guided, and but also at the same time slightly anxious and afraid of some unknown possibilities. And we will explore that at a later date, you and I.
Hey, buddy. How you doing over there?
The one thing that you will know is that you did interact with the being that you call Haven.
Do you have a little adventure?
Yeah, I would say more than a little.
Yeah.
That was
How long
the first.
How long were you gone for?
It could be a moment. It could be. How long was I gone for? To me, it seems like I don't know, hours.
Okay. It was like a day. It's like a good solid
Whole day?
Yeah. Like probably a little bit more than a day. I don't know when you disappeared in the middle of the night, but
Okay. But did I miss anything?
nothing.
Where are
important.
we? Did we get to the? Did we get to the island?
That's so stalled, right?
Nothing important.
I mean, okay. So when are we gonna go? We're gonna go on the island of.
Oh, we're done with
Ruger?
that. We're done with that.
We're done.
Yeah, we finished that up already.
We're finished.
Yeah, we did that already.
Okay.
Yeah, good to go.
So we got the staff.
Oh, we own the boat.
We own the boat.
We own the boat.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
deal, right?
That was the deal. Yeah.
Oh, that means we also got 500 platinum too.
I'm sure, probably. I don't know. I didn't look at the money. I just was really excited that we own a boat.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So we own a boat now.
Also, I just kind of spoke on your behalf, agreeing to be on retainer for Prosperin. She's going to pay
The
us
scary lady.
10 platinum a month just to pick up the call.
As scary as she is beautiful, Prosperin.
That's the one, yeah. Yep, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah. I would have. Thank you. I
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
that,
Yeah, I mean,
No, I know I can trust you.
I appreciate that a lot.
I've trusted you a lot recently, and so
Yeah.
far it hasn't steered me wrong.
Hey, look.
And
I've killed a lot of people,
I'm not
but
one of them.
I don't generally lie or fuck people over. So, there's that.
Okay.
If I'm
All
gonna
right.
kill you, you'll be armed and you'll be facing me.
That's right.
I understand your character a lot more all of a sudden.
Well, I'm hungry.
I bet.
Like more than normal.
Let's go get breakfast.
Yeah.
I want to see if we have
I'm
any more
really
of that
starting
bacon.
to like breakfast.
Yeah. Breakfast
It's
is
gotten
pretty cool.
so much better
It's-
since I've started eating the things you tell me to eat.
Well, there's only so long that an individual can eat grass. So
Okay.
I know there's some people who are very good at it, but it's not for everyone's metabolism or particular body.
I thought we went over this. I'm trying
I
new
know,
things.
I
I'm trying
know.
new
You're doing great.
All
You're
right,
doing great,
all
buddy.
right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go see some people. Let's eat some food. Yeah. I'm
And
really,
really-
hungry.
Grass is better for smoking, anyways. So
Okay. All right. I don't would think.
And I walk away.
All right.
I start walking towards the mess.
Am I put together? Like, am I missing anything? Do I have everything? Do I smell weird? Am I crusty? Like,
You're slightly wet.
hot? Not that hot.
No,
Is it briny?
it is briny. It is salt water.
So I got that kind of like slight. Okay, all right, a little uncomfortable,
Yep.
stretchy skin. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Do my clothes smell of it too? Is it? Just,
No,
is it
actually, it doesn't.
Okay.
Go
Like
ahead, but go ahead and roll a quick investigation check for me as you pat yourself.
That would be very low. I think that's a flat 3. Yeah, that's a 3.
You find an item. You don't know what it is yet.
Which front, back, left, right?
Back.
Back pocket. Okay. I pull it out and I look at it.
It resonates with a divine energy. It feels like something has come from your that being that you call Haven. Which he tells you it's okay to call him that, but that's not his. Or sorry, they tell you that it's okay to call him that, but that's not their name.
Understood. I hold on to it and I look at it and I just kind of revel in it for a minute. All right. We got a job to do. And then I put it back.
Okay.
And then I catch up to Scald, like in a little bit more of a hurry than I normally am.
So, because it's only been about 6 days, everything's still relatively fresh. So, breakfast today is another version of the bacon, egg, and cheese with a very, very, very nice, like Munster, like light. It's very, So the flavor of the bacon really comes through. It's
There's a special place in my heart for Munster cheese.
Mine too. I love it. And like a ciabatta bread that has been toasted.
Exactly what I was picturing.
I have in my head is stages of a sea voyage. Good breads, soft cheeses, slowly devolving to hard cheeses and hard tack.
Right, yeah.
I was trying to figure out how my breakfast this morning was gonna come across into today, because the seasonal French toast at Breakfast on Broadway is pumpkin chocolate chip French toast, and let me tell you what, dude, it is spectacular.
All the white girls love it.
This brown dude likes it. Okay, that's how good that shit is.
I didn't have that.
It was delicious.
Week when I had their harvest hash.
I couldn't win. I couldn't get that in with the D&D as much as I tried, but I don't know where pumpkins grow on Librarth. So
That's fair. I made a pumpkin spice syrup from scratch, from actual pumpkin.
I know. I watched.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really,
Speaking
really
of which,
good.
you did say that you were going to make us pumpkin spice espresso martinis last.
I know. I didn't bring any of the pumpkin spice.
I know. I just had to give you
I'm
shit.
Sorry.
I had to give you shit. So
I'll bring some of it home for the next
So
next
we're good.
one. Now that I know that my coworkers won't rat me out if I steal syrups and juices and stuff from the bar the day of.
Like, is it okay if there like is the general rule like there's no alcohol in it, so it's probably all right?
I mean, and I bought all the I get reimbursed for it,
Yeah.
but I bought all the shit. I made all the shit.
So who's it? So Skull,
Patrice.
sit at breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay. Elsark.
I'm in a crow's nest currently.
Okay, so you're up in the center, crow's next. That's right. That's your first thing every morning.
I was probably down earlier than usual this morning, but that just means he'll probably catch them leaving
Okay.
instead of just missing them entirely like usual.
Sounds good. All right. Is there anything that anyone would like to do this morning? I feel like there's a discussion to be had about plans.
Probably.
Would I have known about the oddness of the... It's a desolation, correct? North of the legation?
Roll a history check for me, please. That's a good question.
I don't know why I'm even trying to pick the right...
Hey!
Drink,
My first nat 20 of the campaign, I think.
I think it is.
I've rolled like crap. Wow, cool.
So tasty.
All right.
What's your
Did I
total
drink?
on that?
What was the
History.
history?
Does anybody remember how many drink motherfuckers
520.
we had last time?
We had 3 last week.
All right, we're up to 5. 5 drink
Do we have any nat
motherfuckers.
ones?
Last week? Don't know. This week? Yes.
Are we supposed to? We don't have a.
No, that's not for one.
And like, except in Morgan. Morgan
That's
has.
right.
Morgan's totally valid number ones.
And Morgan's BS nat 20s.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. And there are way more 20s than 1s.
There are.
And he got.
Look, when Morgan DMs, Morgan rolls fire.
He
When
slays.
Morgan plays, it just completely reverses. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Unless you're stabbing something in the eye specifically,
right.
it's not good.
You guys don't understand. There is a DM's deity that I make sacrifices to.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Part 2.
What do you sacrifice to the DM?
You don't even know that.
Okay. Desolation.
So the Desolation is a space that is to the north of the legation and to the west of the Brudal. It is a massive set or space that is desolate, and most people avoid at all cost. There is a small group of villages and towns.
Is it a standard hot, like deserty type of place? Or
Most people, it's hard to know, even
Okay.
with that, because people don't go into it. Because there are folklores. Most people who go in there seek the treasures of some sort of ancient Sylvan, which is distinct from Sylvan, the language. Sylvan relics and artifacts. To your knowledge, no one has made it out.
Not anymore.
What was the word
You know
you used
Prosper.
again?
You know, Prosperin has, yeah.
What's the word to you used?
For what?
The why people going? Looking
Sylvan.
For Sylvan.
So it's Sylvan with an A instead of an I at the end. You, because of the intelligence aspect of your units that you were part of the organization of, you do know that there are a set of wizards who live in that southern region, just south of the Desolation.
Okay.
And they spend a good chunk of their time fighting the encroachment of the brokenness of the weave and keep the corruption at bay. There are some secret negotiations that have gone forth between the legation and them. You are not privy to what the actual outcomes of those are, what they mean, but you do know that they are, that your government is on friendly terms with those, and it's almost a magiocrity.
Cool.
Where the wizards kind of run shit there, and the people there just kind of let it happen because it keeps them safe.
Yeah.
You know, there's been, the scuttlebutt among the Legion of the Dagger is that a few teams have gone out that way to assist, but you're not sure how true that is.
Okay.
Despite it being the smallest unit or smallest formation of the legation military, it's still fairly large. Like, you're not going to know every team member. You know most team sergeants and team leaders, but even then, you're not going to know all of them. So that's what you know.
Cool.
So actually, at this point, you probably know more than most in the legation because you know that someone has made it in and out. in prospering.
So I'm amazed at that.
Yeah, very much so.
So as Sid's eating her breakfast, I think for some reason the dots are just now connecting of like the value of what it means that Prosperin and her siblings, our father, made it in and out.
You don't know that. You
Don't
just
know.
said she said
We so no, a team that went in with Prosperin made it out. I think it's just because the fog of that experience is clearing from her mind of like not being able to use her magic as she's accustomed to. Who's at the table? Oh
no, just these other two. So
Patrice.
Scald and
Scald and
Patrice.
Patrice. So yesterday, do you remember when Patrice was saying, Prosperin was saying that she made it in and out of the desolation? He wasn't there. I'm talking to Scald.
Yes. I do remember this, yes.
So, I come from the legation, and I was a high-ranking military personnel. To my knowledge, nobody has ever made it in and out of the desolation. It's avoided at all costs. Folklores tell people never to go in.
I know nothing about the desolation.
That's totally fair.
But Prosperin did address it. She
Yeah.
did say that yesterday. So
Yeah.
and she did make reference that the situation seems similar to what y'all experienced. So
Gotcha.
that's the one thing that you would know.
Okay.
So because it was common to everyone.
Have you ever come across a place like that before where we just were? I don't think you would.
He's not a magic user. He doesn't know
I'm not a magic user.
Probably not.
anything. He lights.
I think
And even if I had, it would have been before
your
my
deal,
pact,
yeah.
so I wouldn't have felt anything
Yeah,
anyways,
you wouldn't have
probably.
Because as far as
Although I might have been with magic users.
Yeah.
But
for all of you personally, that experience underneath Haven was the first direct experience all of you had with something like this.
gotcha. And I have no idea what it was that we just went into. Obviously, I've heard like a couple of stories about the desolation, but I don't know anything about it. I've never been there.
Yeah, it is. It would be quite a journey for you.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the planet from where you're from.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then you've spent most of your time at the equator. This is at towards the southern pole.
Gotcha.
So it's drastically different.
Yeah, it's outside my waters.
I spent many nights pondering what's brought me this far from home. And this is one of the first few dots I've been able to connect.
Interesting. For me, it's generally a series of very bad decisions.
I nod my head.
I'm not very accustomed to making very many of my own life decisions.
That's fair.
But it's very interesting that just knowing how untouchable the desolation is, and that we've now come across two places that are like that, like home, that I can grasp.
Wait, so you've experienced this before?
I've not,
Oh.
but we don't go there because it's untouchable. Like, people don't come back ever.
Okay.
And it takes a group of powerful wizards to contain the chaos, bleedage of the broken weave coming out from it. It's just Prosperin is a bad bitch. Like, I don't know how else to put it.
She's pretty intense and she comes with a reputation.
I need the two of you also to roll a quick insight check for me, please.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But I appreciate it. Neither one of us are there for this conversation.
I don't think, yeah. I got 14.
Okay.
Since we're on the topic, what else?
Well, my roll was a 3.
He was asking something.
Oh, sorry.
Would Elle know about the desolation?
Roll history check. 3. The total is
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah. My roll was a 3. My passive insight would be an 11.
I'll let you have it on that one.
Okay.
Because I appreciate the
Passive insight.
It is a thing.
You have a passive of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Literally passive for everything.
You don't have a passive strength or a passive dexterity because they're active movements.
I'd give
Right.
you passive dexterity for like
Maybe.
stumbling over
Stumbling.
a rock, but
But
Yeah.
that's still. But
Like
like
passive strength of like, I don't know. I could come up with reasons for those,
But-
but I get what you're saying.
but
it is
so
a more
with that one-
active motive sort of thing.
I'll let you have that one. Having the balls to have that one. too.
Right, yeah.
So both of you guys have it. This is another dot that's connecting for both of you because you just experienced it twice
Yeah,
Gotcha.
for sure.
and have survived.
Yeah.
Not such a bad bitch myself.
I will note that. I don't generally tend to. This may come as a surprise, but I don't generally tend to think of myself as particularly more skilled, adept, or powerful than the average person that sticks their nose outside their door. All right? But we all survived this twice. So, part of me wonders if it isn't so much that it's so dangerous in there as much as it is there are things in there that the powers that be don't want people to see or to know or to get their hands on, like that staff.
Do I get advantage on this one for being?
Because that's about magic art objects, right?
It is.
I'd say no
Okay.
in this case. This is more of a general history thing. It's a good question, though.
21 for history.
I rolled a 16 just to know about the desolation.
Yeah, that's kind of, it's both the same. So, you guys would have heard about it. Just recently, the organization has expanded to the Nicodaic Expanse. There is a office in the capital of the legation, and then an office in Scythe, which is a free independent city that is a little bit to the south of the desolation. Everything's a little bit backwards in the expanse. South is a bit more of a prevalent direction than the rest of the world, so maps are upside down. Because Morgan drew a map upside down. It drives my other table crazy when I show him that map. There's some interest, right? There's not a lot of straight wizards in your organization. They're mostly like you, artificers, which in our world here, the artifice, you know how it used to be prior to the creation of the artificer. It was like the local wizard was in this case it's the artificer. The artificer does most of the engineering kind of stuff, the creation of objects. There's some high level wizarding that goes on when it comes to creating objects and stuff like that. But the few wizards that are in the organization, now that they're starting to learn more about it, have begun to plan trips because it's that interesting. Right, but other than that, that it's kind of an off-limits, magic-y, weird place. But now that you've been around, both of you, and have seen what is going on, you're kind of making that dot connection, especially after what Prosper had said. Right, that's something similar to what you have experienced.
The Zark has been listening to conspiracy theories for most of last night. About precursors and ruins and...
Of course you have. You're going to make me deep dive myself now. I got to make conspiracy theories. Continue, though, gentlemen.
So, what you're saying, Scald, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that like maybe that particular place is being guarded as opposed to the place itself being inherently dangerous? Similar to the two places that we went to. It felt weird,
Yeah.
and there was some obviously strange
sure,
circumstances, but
it could have gone worse, right? Like, sure, it could have gone worse. If people are going into these places and doing magic and it's unpredictably altering what their magic does, that could be dangerous.
maybe it's just dangerous to magic users then.
Maybe it's dangerous to magic users, but also maybe it's dangerous because people are being reckless more than it's dangerous. You know, because I clearly know very little about magic.
I thought you were going to say very little about not being reckless.
Also valid.
Okay.
I was not particularly careful about how I used whatever powers these are that I've been granted by the Deep Queen. Alright? I did what I would normally do in any other fight, and we all survived, and we came out on top.
Remember. This is a place.
Oh.
No, I went deaf.
Mm-hmm. That's right, death.
Yeah, I lost my hearing.
Lost your hearing. That's right.
Yeah.
You lost your hearing. Like,
for a minute.
Yeah, but
this is also the first you're hearing
when
about this. Patrice.
But when we
I'll be honest with you, this is not the first time in my life that I've lost my hearing. It was the first time that like somebody cast a spell and I lost my hearing.
Maybe?
Most of the time it's involved cannons, alright? But there's a reason most of us on the water learn to speak CSL, okay?
Maybe we've just gotten lucky. Like, there's something odd, like, you know, when we cast more powerful magic,
instead of American Sign Language.
it's like there's some randomness, some chaos to it. Maybe we've we've just gotten lucky so far.
Twice? Look, if there's some probability of things going incredibly terrible, it's got to be fairly low. Because twice we've come out pretty much unscathed.
I don't think that's how numbers work.
I need.
I mean, I don't know how numbers work.
Uh-huh.
I need
that's how they
Patrice and Sid to roll an insight check.
Specifically why I'm making this argument, because I know it'll drive you crazy, but Patrice cannot argue against it.
You cannot.
10?
Insight, you said?
Yeah.
16.
You're because you weren't there with them. You are recalling the instance of the advanced technology underneath Haven, and possibly wondering if there was something matching.
Were there any, like, levers or strange lights or panels like there were when we were underneath Haven? I wasn't there. Was there anything that would lead you to believe?
There weren't.
Did Elle, like, get distracted?
I don't remember Elle getting particularly distracted.
No, but I distinctly remember the construction changing to match what the stonework.
The stonework was the same, but
same
you did not find any.
Correct.
There was no advanced technology in this place.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Closest would have been the flames that lit.
But those are also fairly common.
Yeah, it's just the closest is that lighting one.
Is this conversation happening after breakfast or during breakfast?
During breakfast.
During breakfast, yeah.
It's probably a slow breakfast, though, as the conversation's happening, right? So you could probably walk in at some point.
And that probably catches at least some of this conversation. I'm not sure how much he would catch, but it's way early for him, and this is the earliest you guys have ever seen him in the week you've known him.
Good morning, Elle.
Good morning. Morning, Elle?
There's no such thing as a good morning.
Why are you...
Wisdom from the mouths of babes.
Why are
He's
you...
setting up his coffee maker.
That's right, you said a picture of it.
Couldn't sleep last night?
Having a portal for something terrifying next door is not conducive to sleep.
When you say something terrifying, you're referring to the beautiful and terrifying Miss Prospering?
I mean, she's scary, but her dad is way scarier.
I'll take your word for it. I don't think anybody's scared me as much as her, so...
Yeah, I've never met her dad, and he terrifies me.
Speaking of terrifying, who's the manager?
He's a client.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
Well, is that...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
No deception.
He's not.
You're not wrong, but you're not 100%. It's not
Alright, that's fair.
It's a half-truth. Okay.
That's a no.
Guys, I don't know. Hang on.
Oh,
This is
what
why
do you
you
get?
roll
Roll
insight.
insight.
It's flat.
Sark doing
Flat
it. That's all I
five.
care about.
Flat 5.
That's a 15.
What was yours again?
5.
Yeah, client.
Yeah, client. How many clients do you have?
Do I have?
That's your fault. I don't think you do, but that's what I read. But that's your call. It's your character.
He's got more than a few.
How does a dwarf such as yourself...
No.
No. Yeah, I got that wrong. Gnome such as yourself serve more than one master. Isn't it conflicting all the time?
I never said anyone was my master.
Well, but take orders from, like, somebody that's giving you directions and telling you what to do. Like, how do you take orders from more than one person?
When people pay me, I give them what they want.
So if I was to ask you for one of them cups of coffee that look really intriguing, like how much would I have to pay you?
He just slides the cup over, pulls out a new one, and starts making a new cup.
What does your coffee taste like?
It's
Is it an espresso? Is it?
it's a pretty solid medium roast.
Okay.
How many ounces are in the cup? Is it like 2 ounces? Is it like a doppio? Is it like 8 ounces?
It's like 12.
12 ounces. All right, 12 ounces for a tiny gnome. I like that. All right.
He makes big cups of coffee, and it's black. He's not adding anything to it.
I take 3 sips before saying anything, and I nod that's the, and I just pull out whatever coin I can reach in my pouch, and I give it to him. Can I roll to figure out what it is?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll
A
D6
D6 or something?
and tell me even or odd.
Even.
It's going to be a silver piece.
We'll just take it, put it in his pocket. I'm not going to say anything about it.
I pull out a silver piece and slide it over to him. And I'm like, give him the little like, hey.
This is like I'm getting chestnuts and. Is that chicory? No, it's not chicory. It's something else.
There's definitely a pretty solid hint of plum in it.
Oh god, it's so good. Yeah, I'm getting plums and chestnuts in the coffee. I mean, outside of the normal coffee flavor.
The normal coffee flavor.
Yeah, the coffee part of the coffee flavor.
And he'll
Coffee.
make another cup and hand it to Scald.
As soon as I get it, I take a small sip, and then I pull a flask out of my pocket and dump some whiskey into it. And I take another sip, and I
I
go,
thought your flask had rum in it.
oh, does it?
Yeah.
And I pour some rum into it. And I take another sip, and I go, weird. I get hints of rum.
That's good. I like it a lot. Thank you.
Well, I guess I'm about to figure out how that works, considering we're on retainer and also need to find other work to pay this crew.
We're on retainer to answer the call. We don't have to take the work.
Oh. I don't think the retainer's enough to cover the crew, though.
But the 500 platinum we received for
Well,
the job
for a
is,
while.
so if we take another job, like that would be really helpful to...
But this is now our crew, our responsibility. We have to feed them.
Well, actually, we have to feed them well.
Feed them well.
They eat so good. Like, we're eating really well.
The three of you at the table can feel an earnestness in Sid's concern for the crew. Well, there's three of you that are listening to Sid right now.
Okay.
Because Sark's not there.
Got it.
I want to be making my way down.
You get the sense that, Sid has led troops before. And so her earnestness in the beans and bullets concerns comes through in her statement about taking care of the crew.
I mean, obviously, but we're being paid for retainer, not for work at the moment. So, how is that serving multiple masters? At the moment, we're serving ourselves. We have no work.
Did we... We had talked about, like, picking up some goods while we saw... When we entered Rugen. Did we buy anything to ship, trade, or move?
We were pretty in and out.
Okay.
We didn't actually go to Rugen.
You didn't go to Rugen where we were set to go.
The city.
We didn't go to the company town. We went to the
Should we
Pirate
go
Bay.
to the company town since we're already here?
No, you guys are about so you guys
we're like a day and a half out.
almost a day and a half out
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh,
You don't.
okay.
We're gone. We're gone. We're a day and a half out.
Day.
Okay, and we're
At this
headed.
point.
And where are we headed?
Yeah, about a day, I guess. Yeah.
I neglected to mention. Where are we going?
I don't know that we have a destination as of right now.
Do we have a heading?
You guys are heading back to Haven at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're heading back to Haven.
I've already been to Haven forever.
We'll leave soon.
Okay. So we got the staff. We've got paid. We've ingratiated ourselves with a terrifying and beautiful, powerful person, and we've drank some good coffee, and we've had some time on the sea. And I had my own adventure, and now we're headed home. Or it's like, but then where? What now?
Look, I know how to get a hold of people that can sell us some goods that we can sell somewhere else. And once we do, we'll set off and sell some stuff in other places.
That's useless.
And,
Was that a D100?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was heavy.
yeah, it's like solid steel or something.
And it's like the worst roll. They don't.
It's
they
a
don't-
golf ball.
Yeah.
The dice are not helping. They're all like middle.
You were saying?
Yeah, we can pick up some stuff to sell while we're in Haven.
Oh, we could go. Well, we should go back to the blacksmith. She probably has some goods to sell.
For sure, we should go back and see the blacksmith, and maybe we should bring her some of that rum that's in whatever secret cabinet there is back there.
Is that rum? Wait, secret cabinet?
Oh yeah. So there's a secret cabinet behind the liquor cabinet.
Okay.
Scald, I need you to roll D100 for me real quick. Because no one asked, but I'm assuming he Scald. This is me getting to know the characters. I'm pretty sure he would have fucking asked.
23.
Yeah, you asked and she showed you how to access.
Excellent. Yeah.
Excellent.
I prefer low on the D100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, my family is always like purchasing copious amounts of alcohol. like on the regular, and they're always looking to find a deal or a margin of some sort.
Sure.
So like there's gotta be like maybe we need to kind of like press the flesh a little bit around Haven and figure out what's needed, and then we can go.
Oh, you
Yeah.
and I have very different ideas of what press the flesh means. You meant talk to people.
Yes, I did.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
did mean that.
All right. Excellent.
Maybe it applies
Should I-
both ways.
Oh, this is a sex joke, isn't it? Okay.
It wasn't a
I
joke.
got it.
It
I
wasn't
got
a joke.
Okay.
That is
all
how
right.
sex
All
works.
right. All right. You guys.
I rolled a 77. Sark walks in on that comment.
You walk in. Oh, is this a sex joke?
Had it. Organics are weird.
Gross.
I've explained this to you already, Sark.
Doesn't make it normal.
Did you use
Well-
puppets?
Weird.
How did
I
you
don't know.
explain?
When
We went
did
to a
you
brothel.
get back? And he
Hour-
signs to
hours
you
ago.
like, why is the Godmother back?
Wait, he signs what?
Why is the Godmother back?
Botherer? That's so perfect.
Scald
This is
Scald
so
chuckles.
perfect.
Scald chuckles and signs back. I don't know. His deity took him on some kind of weird adventure for a little bit. He showed up in a puddle of water again this morning. I didn't press the issue.
Or the flesh.
Or the flash.
Ahoy, Sark.
Mm-hmm.
We're having breakfast. I'll have to tell you later if you give me that look like you don't care. So maybe you're not. It's tough. It's tough. Your eyes glow.
Yeah, that's right. How do you teleport in the middle of the ocean?
I didn't do anything. I don't. You give me a bit to kind of like. I need to eat a few more breakfasts, and then I might be able to like. But yeah, I'll answer your question.
Did you forget?
It's
Or-
just a lot right now. Like there's dimensional stuff. You remember when we were under the city of Haven and like there was like portal-y things. Like
That
it's
wasn't under Haven. We figured that out.
but we
too
did
far
not
north.
directly under Haven, but like in the underground, like surrounding the outskirts of Haven, right? I don't know.
This is
There
why I
actually-
don't like
Yeah.
those people that do all the preaching. They're not accurate.
You're not wrong.
So, I will be. Give me a minute to kind of catch a heading, and that's a nautical term, right? I'm trying to fit in.
For sure.
Okay, and get my sea legs again, and I'll let you know.
You need sea legs to remember things?
Sometimes you need sea legs to remember things.
And you question why I don't get organics.
I mean, some of them are dumb. We've been over this.
It's not the first time.
This might all just be pointless. I get the feeling Prosperon's going to keep us busy. She doesn't seem to be one that sits on idle hands.
If it requires research, there may be time in between, but we may also have a...
Did we deliver the staff to her and she take it with her?
Yes, that's how we got the boat.
Oh,
And the 500 platinum.
cool.
But we may be able to find cargoes that we can transport. As long as... Wow.
Does that mean we need to go to a bigger city than Haven?
Possibly.
There's bigger cities in Haven?
Oh, baby.
Oh, you poor child.
I'm not poor.
Not anymore.
I don't think I was ever poor. I know poor people. I feed poor people.
And humble about it, too.
Usually, yeah.
Have you ever heard of poor and experience? I get told this all the time.
Poor in experience? Like, I don't have a lot, like, to not have a lot of experiences?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Totally me.
You poor child.
Point taken.
Sark looks unusually smug with himself that he won an argument. He's like, oh, that's what that feeling is. That's kind of nice.
Where we're from, you could fit most of Haven in a building.
In a building? One building. Not like a...
Not even one of the bigger buildings.
Or counting the ones underground.
Is this where you're from? Like, what's the... You're from Tinkermire, right? Like, Are you...
Tinkermere?
Tinkermere? Tinkermere? Like,
It's not
like
a
mirror,
swamp.
mirror on the wall?
It's not a
Tinkermere?
swamp.
M-E-R-E.
Okay.
Oh, so it is mine.
Tinkermere. It's still pronounced Mere.
That's why I said it. You already
See, I've only read it. That's why I haven't hung out with enough gnomes to know how and Sarks to know how to pronounce it.
By the way,
right.
when are we buying pigs? We still need to figure that out.
We have to wait till we get back to port because we
Oh,
didn't talk to anybody.
We're
at the
buying
last
pigs
place.
now?
Yes.
What are the pigs for?
To see
Punching.
how much it takes for him to punch through it. Because I blew somebody's spine out.
Oh, that's true.
So I want him to punch the pig's spine out.
Oh, we gotta measure. We gotta measure how many Sarks. Is that
Correct. Yes.
Okay,
That's
we got
the unit.
Oh,
That's
the unit of measurement
Yeah.
of force.
Yes.
We haven't quite decided that yet, but
No,
the
it's-
moment,
it's,
yes.
it's what it is.
Cookie wouldn't
And
let
you're
us punch
one
them.
Sark, right?
Most of the time?
Okay.
Is there more than one Sark?
Do you know any other Sarks? Are you all
More
called
like
Sarks?
sometimes I hit things harder than I thought I would.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. That's the same for me. Like, sometimes I'm more effective than other times.
It's hard to believe.
I think there's a spell for that.
I think there's a little blue pill for that.
So you know what pressing the flesh means.
Yeah, it means to talk to people and get the word out and hear things and, like,
Seriously,
converse.
we need to go to a bigger city.
If you can talk while you're doing it,
So
you're doing
where-
it wrong.
What, so, like, I would have an idea, being a local boy DM, of like besides alcohol, what Haven would want, what they would need, what would be like common items that would be needed.
maybe on the ship repair side, but I don't know about anything else based off of what
Okay.
I'm remembering from your backstory. Especially with the
There's definitely not enough books in Haven. I'm gonna tell you that. Like,
We have access to a plateau's worth of library.
a plateau,
Yes.
as in a flat thing.
The big flat mountain.
A flat mountain's worth of books.
Yes.
That is able to teleport to another dimension, supposedly.
The plateau, the books are
All of
able.
it. And the people. They just
Oh yeah.
relatively recently came back
about 20 years ago. Yeah.
Came back.
here.
That was their phrase.
Okay.
That's
There's a
also-
reason why Victor's scary.
Okay.
That's also what the boss said.
Okay. Well, they're from the area, so they know. This is why they know.
So maybe we should get into the book trade. Maybe we should trade books. You guys, you know books.
I do.
I read, thank you very much.
Did I imply that you didn't?
He actually reads faster than I do.
Is it better to read faster than slower?
He can read more books than I can in the same amount of time.
But like, can you really experience a book at that? Like the
I
story,
read
the
mostly
epilogue,
anatomy
the
tomes.
Anatomy?
Yes.
He's still trying to figure out how people work.
There's a lot of us. That's gonna be tough. There's like all sorts of different kinds of us.
Yeah, that's why I keep reading the tomes.
Okay.
I don't have time to punch you all enough.
Hence the pigs. I get it now.
No,
Okay.
the pigs are for me.
Okay, now I don't. I thought I had it. I thought he was learning by pig punching. Kind of get okay. Now I don't know.
I get in less trouble if I punch pigs to poke holes in spines.
When's the last time you got in trouble?
Guards are fucking expensive to pay, alright?
That was probably the last time you were in trouble.
For punching people's spines out, yes.
Haven't.
Have you punched a
I haven't
people's
seen him
spine
do
out?
that yet.
Valid.
Maybe out of place, but not
Okay.
out of body yet.
So
Yeah,
like an
there was
amateur
that.
chiropractor.
Like a necromancer
Usually when-
healer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Usually when a chiropractor hits your spine,
I
you
mean,
get back
like
up
raised
afterwards.
dead is, it is what it is. That's obviously.
I've made that argument.
necromancy.
Not work well.
No,
I
they did
don't.
not like that one.
No. I still don't get organics.
That was really expensive.
Okay, so we've got a few ideas. We're going to Haven. We're gonna think about selling books now. We were on retainer, and you're gonna talk to your people, and then when we get back, I'm gonna ask around a little bit. I got some people. I don't really have that many people.
So we've
I
got
mean,
3.5 ways to make money.
Yeah.
Does that satisfy your doubt, Sid? That we can provide?
I didn't doubt we could provide. We just need to find stuff to do.
Well, there's plenty to do.
It seems
Well,
like
you
Haven
told
is
me
a
then.
central place at the moment.
You know where we've gone
In
a
point of
lot?
fact, there's probably a bounty on the people that we killed on the way here.
Oh, that's true. We did get a thing. What did we get? We got a thing. We
The
saved
stick.
it. We got a stick from them. That's right. Could
Mhm.
we prove that we murdered all those people in the name of goodness and get paid for it? Is that a thing? Is there a contract that like we could murder the bads and get money for us goods?
I mean, they may not have a bounty on them, but bounties are a thing.
Okay, well, I mean, we
Point
could.
of interest, bounties usually include some sort of ruling body. There may be multiple bounties for that ship.
Oh,
That
that's
is
It's also true. It's also true.
So, first thought, we're already headed to Haven. We go to Haven and
Yeah.
we research those guys that we killed and see if there's a bounty on them for the stick.
Yeah.
Or we sunk their ship, right? We
Yeah, we
Yeah,
took them
we-
out. Yeah.
yeah, and we have enough evidence to show that we had done so. Like,
If I'm
mean-
remembering right, what you guys pulled from them was some sort of staff
Yeah.
with a flayed dragonborn skull.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably enough to be like, hey, we killed some of these fuckers.
yeah, we did.
I mean, how deep is the water there?
I mean,
Deep enough.
So we can't tell people that they can go check.
my garment is still
Probably not.
steeped
Okay.
in the blood from their ship, if I'm not mistaken.
At this
Is
point,
it
it's
still?
not.
Yeah.
It's not anymore? Okay. It used to be. I mean, like viscerally remember all the... We have so many shipmates and probably scars and battle wounds to... Right? Like, so there's that. And then what else do we got? We got... You know where we go a lot? We go to Edward's a lot. Maybe Edward has some like tobacco needs that we could fulfill. Like,
Absolutely.
We could go to where you're from, where the tobacco comes from. You said that you've had some tobacco from home, right?
I kind of wanted to start a business in my retired years of the military doing this exact thing.
This is retirement for you?
It was retirement until I started killing things again.
It just seems like more of the same now. Less of a hobby. You're killing on your own time now.
Less organized.
You kill who you want to kill now.
We kind of just come up in front of me and I burn them in acid death.
I mean, that seems like retirement.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess
yeah. You're doing what you
I
want to
guess-
do, right?
I can do multiple things in retirement. I can still kill people and things and also trade tobacco.
I mean, I know lots of retired people that kill things.
Yeah.
Old habits die hard. Wait, was that actually a pun that I unintended?
Old,
Oh.
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
That was significantly better than your usual.
old hards die to habits.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, that's also true, but not the way you mean it.
Not at all. I did not mean that.
Ugh.
Is that
Have we talked to Captain Mackenzie yet about going to Haven? Or is he just sailing because he wants to? Away from where we...
I think we told him to go to Haven.
I think it was just kind of an agreed upon thing that
Mhm.
since there was no real plan.
Yeah, no, it's... Sark's bringing it up more in the did we actually commit a crime or was this... And he gets lost in what they just did as far as labeling it in his head.
Is what we did a crime?
This is internal.
Oh, okay.
Sark said, he is wondering if we talk to Captain Mackenzie, and then you just see him start, staring off into the ceiling.
I mean, yeah, we're headed back to Haven. We'll pick up some business while we're there. I do like the idea of hunting down pirates, especially the more sinister pirates. Preferably taking their shit and selling it.
Did we get any shit to sell from the last pirates?
No,
Besides
their
that
ship
stick?
sank too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta.
It also didn't seem like the right kind of things to sell.
Yeah,
It was demonic at best on there.
yeah. They didn't really have those guys were pirating for the fun of murder. Doesn't seem like they're really concerned with the goods on other ships, which is clearly an economic oversight.
Also, I know you deal with potential afterlife, but I don't want to get in trading souls.
I have.
That seems over.
That's the first time that's been mentioned to me as a concept. Trading souls. So I don't think you need to worry about it. Trade a soul.
I mean, you have to carry it, then you have to find somebody to buy it.
Yeah,
Who buys souls?
yeah, and it's like is one.
I mean,
is-
you apparently talk to gods. Does your god buy souls?
They haven't mentioned it to me.
That seems kind of pointless then if we don't know anybody. If we don't know.
I don't.
anybody
Yeah, I
that buys
don't have.
souls.
I don't have somebody that's supply is looking for, has a demand for souls.
All the more
Then
reason why we just lit the last boat on fire.
Yeah, it was okay. It
Also
felt good. It
crazy.
felt good to light that on fire. It was gross. There was blood. We left in a hurry. I left in a hurry. I tried to leave and I almost fell into the ocean. Yeah, and it was. Yeah, I don't want.
At least you float.
But correct. But only for so long, and then I don't breathe on. Wait, now I do breathe underwater. Actually, yeah, that kind of solves a lot of those problems. We're kind of. Yeah, I kind of have a leg up on you.
I mean,
he doesn't
that way.
breathe really.
I know that's my point. But he can't float. We don't have an amulet of floating. Like we have this amulet of underwater breathing. We kind of.
Were there were
feel
more
like you could
amulets we didn't buy yet, correct?
No, I think we bought all of them. We bought 3.
As long as it's not the
I got one.
floaty bags
You
tried
got
last time.
one.
Hey, it worked.
Elle got one, and now all of us can breathe underwater.
Define works.
Have we
You
mentioned that
floated?
we can all breathe underwater now? Did you
Under
fight
a
anything
timestamp.
underwater while I was gone?
I did not fight anything underwater.
I didn't say you floated for long.
I feel like maybe that's our thing. is like a lot of people can fight a lot of different stuff.
We gotta,
But, like-
we gotta pitch ourselves as underwater mercenaries.
Maybe that's it.
Is
Like
that-
yeah, like if you need something and it's underneath the waves, we're your crew. Because like we got 6.
Have you moved underwater?
Not recently.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
how
good at
deep
it.
does this shit normally go?
The ocean.
all the way down.
That's where the turtles live.
Again, non-precise.
Yes.
It's a whole lot harder to move through thicker material.
How many sarks does it take to move through that?
We haven't defined a sark yet, so that's a useless argument.
Fair point.
I feel like we should take a break so we can reset. Because we can go on for like another 45 minutes.
Well, and to be honest, there's only so much more we can do until we get Matt back. So with that, actually, family, let's go ahead and we're going to wrap it up for the evening.
That's fair.
That was fun. Actually, I loved it. I love that. So we're gonna wrap up for the evening, fam. I hope you guys enjoyed this really kind of crazy role play heavy wild adventure that is breakfast.
Literally just breakfast.
I'm pretty sure we've pushed into lunch and Cookie's just like,
I'm gone. You guys murder a bunch of stuff under the water and get a stab. I come back. Matt's gone. We eat breakfast.
Yep. So, but with that, family, thank you so much for joining us on our shared experience of cooperative storytelling. As always, you can find us at our Instagram page, which is the best place. You can find our links there. It's at Campaign Concoctions Pod on the Instagram, which it's not the Instagram. I just fake made myself sound really old.
You did.
I am fucking old. So
Slightly older than me.
fuck you.
I did get all of the builds up on both Twitter and Instagram.
There you go.
Tagged
Awesome.
campaigns.
Check those
concoctions.
drinks. They are good.
They are really
Yeah,
good.
they're
Hashtag
tasty.
campaign concoctions.
On Twitter, it's hashtag campaigns N concoctions.
Okay, so there's both. So
yeah.
I've been doing
So-
campaign concoctions on.
Yeah.
You can add the end, but if we do both, it'll work. You'll
Yeah.
see both. But with that, family, I hope you all have a wonderful week, better than the months that we've had lately. Enjoy your D&D, and be good to one another. And we'll see you on the next one.
Love y'all.
Peace.